start with thank grace of heaven, virtues of masters, grand predecessors, all transmitters for giving me this opportunity to learn how to speak and speak. Um, so as Johnny says, I'm talking about Guan Gong or
Guan.
Guan.
How come it's called Guan Yu?
That's his name.
His name is Guan Yu. Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't know
he's
that.
the guardian of the law, or he has several titles actually. I will not cover all the titles. Some of the titles does not mean anything to us. But let me show you some of the pictures that I found on the internet. If it's not behaving,
Scrolling.
okay, it's catching up.
It's moving. I think you need to cup of coffee
Is
too.
this? Oh, this off.
Try this
Oh
part.
wait. This was off.
Yeah, either one. Let me see if I can get closer.
Oh, here.
They have a ceremony.
Okay, so get the picture.
Keep looking at the
Look at the other picture.
Yeah, so that's not image is not very important for him, for us.
Yeah.
So one thing that you're going to find that Guan Gong, he is a very important person or Buddha in the Eastern world, in Asia, pretty much. Not just China. I found out that he's very famous in Japan, Korea, South Korea, Vietnam. So he's like very well spread all over. If you go to Hong Kong, in every single police station, there's a statue of him. Every single police station. The statue represents righteousness, loyalty, and brotherhood. So oh, it's too small. But just put it in the picture. It's fine.
Yeah.
So
Put on a color picture.
yeah, this one. So also in a lot of restaurants, you will see that there's a statue of him. So that I will explain later too. Why there's a pic of a statue of him.
It's actually in
businesses.
every
Businesses.
business.
Right.
They have
Business.
a big statue of him. Yeah.
So he is in beginning he was the god of war, which was a little title that he should not be seen as very important, because that title came because he grew up he was living in an era there was a lot of conflict in China. There was a war between the three major kingdoms at that point, and he was one of the generals. He was Liu Bei's generals. He was one of the top generals for him. But the funny thing in this part, according to a book, the Romance of Three Kingdoms, he not only was the general for Liu Bei, but he was also a general, not general, but he served for Cao Cao as a general on his battle. So you can imagine how you can be fighting as a general for one kingdom and going to fight for another kingdom, right? Another odd part is the third kingdom that was there, they tried to recruit him to fight for them. So he was really admired by all the lords at that era. So he would fight, but he did not want to kill. He only had to kill if there was a reason why he had to kill. So if the person that he killed for, the other person did something really bad. I mean, he would go and, okay, you killed this massacre of towns and villages. You do not deserve to be living. So he will revenge for the little people. So he's like a really righteous person. He will not just kill for power or fame. He does not want those. When people try to bow for him, he will not say, "Don't bow to me. I am not that type of person. I do not deserve this." So people will still offer him like food and things like that for him too, but he would not accept. He was like very what do you call? What's the word? Humble, and he would not accept the gifts. Cao Cao tried to give him all kind of gifts to keep him as a general for him, but he was loyal to Liu Bei. So once he served Cao Cao, he wanted to go back to his brothers. Again, when he became in that era, brotherhood of he has three brothers with the Liu Bei, Zhang Fei, I think was the third brother. Between three of them, the loyalty basically of them is if somebody was going to die, they will give their life for the other. Basically, this kind of type of bond we don't see this kind of bond these days anymore. It's like we see in the movies like with the gangster in in Hong Kong, whatever, mafia. They say, "Oh, my brotherhood, I will give my life for you." That's movies. In this era, we don't see that kind of brotherhood. It's different kind of bonding we have these days. But for those three, they will give their life for each other.
Yeah, I mean, well, he served Cao Cao because he was captured by Cao Cao. So it's not, he didn't willingly, but because of his character, right? He's very honorable, very loyal, etc. Well, he's loyal to his Liu Bei, right? So he would never break, go against that loyalty. But he would still serve whoever he was captured. So he would serve because he was treated well by Cao Cao. I mean, obviously, and so he would serve under him for a while until either I forget he escaped or Cao Cao let him go. I forget.
Cao Cao let him go.
Yeah, let him go. Right.
Cao Cao let him go.
Yeah.
So in one of the movies that I saw, the reference was if Guan Gong served Cao Cao, he will let the prisoners go. The prisoners was the Liu Bei's wife and the son. So in exchange for their freedom and safety passage to the North Province, he will serve Cao Cao. That was one of the passages that was in. So he will.
But I think in the movie it was saying that even though Cao Cao let him go, but then some of the Cao Cao
Generals.
Oh, they probably didn't.
Yeah.
they did not agree
Right.
with what his decision was because Guan Gong is a great warrior.
Yeah.
He knows how to pursue in war.
Right.
He goes to the captain. The captain died, the rest of them you come with me.
Right.
Yeah. So he's a great warrior.
Yeah.
So using Joe's point is that's how he died. The third province that he tried to recruit Guan Yin, he could not recruit. He was trying to do all the kind of gifts and everything, but because he could not be recruited to fight for them, they decided to ambush him and his son during one of those battles toward the end of the era, the Han Dynasty eras. Basically, Liu Bei was losing the wars, and he was ambushed because Liu Bei's one of his I think it was general too. He decided to flee to the other province to fight for the other group, and that was like balance of the power shifting to the other group. So Guan Yin was ambushed and killed.
He was captured, right?
Captured and killed. But because they tried to give him one more chance to join their army,
Exactly. Yeah.
but because all other generals said, "Oh no, he's too powerful, he's too smart and too dangerous. We cannot let him go." That's what the Cao Cao's generals trying to do: kill him before he go back. So that's what happened with the third group of did not let him chance to do. So this is what happened. The general that killed him, there was a party or offering to celebrate the killing of the great general. So during the festival, I think the general saw the image of Guan Yi, and he had a heart attack. My guess was a heart attack. Or in some, I think the passage here says that Guan Yin says, "You do not deserve to live," and look into his eye, he just passed away in the middle of the court. So the general that killed him, that chopped his head, he also died. So And because the emperor of that province was so scared, he sent his head to Cao Cao because he wanted to pass in the blame to him. But Cao Cao knew that he is so great, he offering a royal burial for him. It's the highest rank of the piece,
State burial.
yeah, state burial that he could receive. He's an enemy, but he's still receiving a highest royal funeral for him. It's like you just
How much respect they have. for
so
him.
it's like, how can you have respect for your enemy? But he still. So he had a full honored burial thing. Later on, by I forgot which dynasty, he received the title of the. What was the title he received? Maybe I'll check.
Now also his coloring is on the red side. Okay, yeah, his coloring is not normal. It's not like our coloring. He's
Darker.
darker on
Supposedly,
the red side.
supposedly he's very tall too. He's like a giant.
Right.
Well, his weapon is very heavy. It's like 100 pounds.
Heavy, man.
It's like 100 pounds. You swing a 100-pound
It's,
weapon, or whatever.
It weighs like 50 pounds.
That's it.
There's a term for that weapon,
Right.
isn't there? What
It's
is that called?
The weapon's called Green Dragon Crescent Blade. And
Green dragon crested blade.
not 100 pounds. According to the history book, it's 40 pounds.
It's 40 pounds.
It's like that.
And this is 40 pounds.
This is 40 pounds.
So
Try
I'll
to
ask
swing
you
this thing.
if Gene wants to pass around to feel what's the 40
I
pounds.
cannot lift it. Let me
It's
see.
too heavy.
This is a 40-pound
One
sword.
arm, man. You hold it.
Yeah, one arm.
No, I can't lift this. This is the most I can do.
But besides
No.
that, just think about
I don't
how
get into
strong
myself.
he
Right.
was. Because
I can't.
to be fighting a battle for hours. And
So this is a 40 pound. So right, he has to carry 40 pounds all the time to fighting. You want to lift it?
She can lift it. It's okay.
So if you want to try a 40-pound sword, it's heavy. Now, there's replicas of the sword on eBay for $200. I was going to get it, but I realized that it's not going to get here on time. It's very kind of dangerous with the kids at home too.
Why do you want to buy the sword?
No, that was not 40 pounds. It's like 25 pounds.
Is
But
it just like that sword?
but don't buy it.
No,
He wants to show everybody.
like,
You should have told me I have one.
oh, you have one. See, here I want it for.
Blade is not sturdy.
Yeah. So the original sword, it's in the museum. I think that museum is located here.
It's here, not in
No.
China.
This is the museum.
Oh.
So this is the new statue that was built in China. Let me know how to get bigger.
Where's that? What city? What city?
Walcoin Park in
Jingzhou.
Jingzhou.
Ah.
Yeah,
Where,
it's near China.
Central China, right?
It's near China. Yeah, Central
Is
China.
that a wood statue?
No, it's not wood. It's
stone or
stone. It's built stone. So
Beautiful
The
statue.
sword
The
look
shape of
different.
it.
yeah, this is the sword.
Is it different?
No, this is the tip. That's the
No,
tip.
it's the
well,
other
the other
end.
The other
end,
end.
the other end is like a
The other
blade.
end
The
is a
blade,
blade.
yeah.
It's a heavy
Or
blade.
It's
they
a heavy
turn it
blade.
over,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
turn
yeah,
it
yeah,
over, right? Okay.
So there's a museum now inside, hosting all his artifacts inside. I believe the swords in there too. So anyone that wants
That's a
to,
museum?
that's a museum inside.
Underneath.
Yes,
Now that's so
Is
cool.
that
A
the
lot
roof?
of people.
Yeah, that looks like it's on the roof.
that's it's humongous. It's
I
look at the buildings behind.
Look at the bottom. It's like parking.
Yeah,
You look, yeah.
Parking lot.
It's
Yeah.
probably a tall
It's on top of the building.
building.
It's on top of the
it's a
building.
statue and it's humongous.
It looks huge.
But that's not, is that the original color they made it into? Or
They made it that color. Yes,
Yeah, I guess
I think it's mud color type. I don't know how they got the color, decided that color, but when they built from the beginning, yeah, that color was the original color. There are many more of his statue. They are humongous too. It's not. This is just the biggest one right now, and this is the opening in 2016.
So it's only the blade that's in the museum, or
No,
his warrior
Oh, his
robe,
other stuff. Probably
Other
has
stuff-
costume, and other stuff.
I don't know exactly what's inside, but I know the blade's inside. They reference the blade was in the green dragon crescent blade was inside.
Fancy name.
So reference the color of his face.
You
When
can't see the color.
I know this picture you won't see it, but
Do you have another picture that shows it? Well, the other picture
Yeah,
shows
this
it
one
was
has
very
the
dark.
face.
Yeah.
yeah, this is
A
the
little bit
dark.
reddish, dark. Yeah.
So this is the China, and this is Japan. I saw found one. This is Japan.
Painting.
So this is the three brothers.
Well, that's
Yeah.
That's man-made.
This one, yeah, that's a very famous one. So Carrie has a very famous picture, like a great artist.
You want it? $1 million.
$1 million.
That's green.
It's green. So let's see, where did I let off? The red face. Okay, so the one passage in the book, right? The red face was because when he tried to escape from when he was younger, right? He tried to rescue somebody. He had to kill the bullies of the person. So when he tried to escape, the army or the police was coming over toward him. Somehow his face just changed color from toward red.
blushed.
He's probably blushed, but when the army or the people was looking for him, somehow his face just changed color.
And it just stayed like that? That's amazing.
He stayed there. And the
It's
reference.
just his face that's red, or his hands too? His whole body?
No, just I don't know about the
I'm
body.
just curious.
The face. So, in the book itself, the Romance of Three Kingdoms, there was a reference about the red face, and I believe because of the reference about the red face, people was telling the stories in the opera format, and the opera format, people start painting the face red, really, really red. So that became a format. So this picture was in Japan for 1715. So, after 1,000 years, that opera presentation get carried over,
Stayed with him.
so the red face stays with him.
That's a symbol.
So in Japan, he's pretty famous as well. So you will find his statues and his paintings and his works,
What do they call him in Japanese?
in
They
Japanese.
usually have a term.
I don't have it. Oh,
No.
no, that's the Sakura Sakai is the painter. Yeah. No, this painter was 1700, but he was born in 16 AD. 106 AD. 100 after Christ.
Who? Yeah.
106.
Yeah,
16.
roughly. Yeah,
Yeah.
roughly.
100 years after Christ?
Because it's after the Han Dynasty.
Yeah.
After the Han Dynasty.
Toward the end of Han Dynasty.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yes, he's much older.
Sanko, the three,
No.
Sanko, the three kingdoms. That's at that time, right? Sanko.
Are you sure?
Okay, so I will go forward and because we have Tao receiving, right? I will jump into why he became a Buddhist monk. Oh, here we go.
He was a Buddhist monk?
Not
What, in
Buddhist
a
monk.
different life?
Okay, so this is a traditional Buddhist deception of Guan as Sagarama Bodhisattva. Sagahama Bodhisattva. Sagahama in Sanskrit means community garden. I don't know what that community garden, yeah, or arama. First the Dharma class at first, devas and spirits, the guards of Bodhisattva. So I'm reading this. Over time, it's okay. So this is the part of that where he became very important part to us. According to Buddhist legend, in 592, Guan Yu, manifesting self one the night before, Chan Master Zheng Yi, the founder of Jiantai school of Buddhism, along with the spiritual beings, Zhang Yi was staying in deep meditation on Yongguan Hill when he was distracted by Guan Yin's presence. Guan Yin then requested the master to teach him about Dharma. After receiving Buddhist teaching from the master, Guan Yi took refuge in the Triple Gem. I don't know what the Triple Gems means. And also requested the 5 precepts. Hence, it's said that Guan Yi made a vow to become the guardian of the temples and the Dharma. Legend also claims that Guan Yin assisted in construction of the temple, blah, blah, blah. But that's not important. Okay, have I mentioned about the Koreans? South Korea. In 17th century, Guan Yi spread to Korea, where he was popularly believed that he saved the country from the invasion of the Japanese. So even though, Japanese still honor him, they invade Korea, and the Korean people still honor him too. So you can see his honor, it's very, very believable. So I'm going to show a video. I probably won't say much. There's a lot of stuff I did not cover, but I don't know. Are we going to see?
I don't know. They're doing over there.
They're doing over there?
So.
So I will show the video first.
Until they
I'll
stop.
show the video first because it's very fast and I want you guys to show it. See it.
So while Edison is looking for the video, I want to make a point that he is represented by the primary director on the right side that announces who we bow to. Okay, so the person standing there, okay, is representing our Guan Di Jun. Got it? And then the person Guan Yu.
Guan Yu was one of the 5 outstanding generals who served Liu Bei during the late Eastern Han Dynasty and the Three Kingdoms period in ancient China. He is often featured as a red-faced warrior with a distinctive long beard, carrying a long blade that looks like a halberd, a medieval weapon. The blade, about 5 to 6 foot long, was said to weigh about 40 pounds. According to some ancient texts, he was born around 160 and 162 AD in Hedong, the present-day Yuncheng city in southwest Shanxi province. As a young man in his early 20s, Guan Yu fled from his hometown after killing a local bully. 5 years later, he met and joined Liu Bei to fight the Yellow Turban rebels. He and another famous warrior, Zhang Fei, became the sworn brothers of Liu Bei. General Guan Yu played a major part in the battles leading to the fall of the Han Dynasty and the creation of the Shu Han state during the Three Kingdoms era in which Liu Bei became the first ruler. Guan Yu was known for his loyalty to Liu Bei. After Cao Cao's soldiers captured him, Guan Yu surrendered to protect Liu Bei's family. He served under Cao Cao for a short period and left as soon as he heard about Liu Bei's whereabouts. Much of Guan Yu's true life stories have been embellished by the historical novel Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Some of these embellishments included stories about how he killed 6 of Cao Cao's generals when he left to reunite with Liu Bei, and then later allowing the defeated Cao Cao escape at Guarong Trail after the Battle of the Red Cliff. Another story about Guan Yu talks about the legendary Chinese physician Hua Tuo performing surgery on his arm after a poisoned arrow wounded him. The story has it that Guan Yu sat calmly playing a game of Wei Qi, or Chinese chess, during the surgery. Guan Yu was later defeated and executed by Sun Quan in 219 AD at the Battle of Fancheng after he refused to surrender. After his death, people started to worship Guan Yu as a god. This started during the Sui dynasty. Confucian followers paid respects to him. Taoists revered him as a guardian deity, while Buddhists honored him as a Sangharama Bodhisattva, protector of the Buddhist Dharma. As a deity, he was called by different names, including the saintly Emperor Guan and Guan Gong, meaning Lord Guan. Many Chinese throughout the centuries worshipped Guan Yu as Guan Di, the god of war. His name epitomized loyalty, justice, and righteousness. Today, there are temples and shrines devoted to him in mainland China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and throughout Southeast Asia. Numerous films, Chinese operas, television drama series, card games, and even video games have also popularized the story of Guan Yu.
The enemy general, Hua Xiong, has fallen before me.
So even video games these days, he's represented. So covering all bases. So let's have questions. I'm pretty sure I didn't cover everything about him, but all the information that I got here, it came from the internet.
So if anyone really want to see the movie, I think the most famous movie of all made from him is called The Red Cliff, so you should look it up and look at the movie.
It's an American movie?
Well,
No, it's Chinese.
They have it in
No,
English.
subtitles.
The subtitles.
There's subtitles.
Oh, you saw it?
It comes in two parts, but it's only really about one battle, Battle of Red Cliff. That's about the Battle of Red Cliff.
What year is it?
I forgot. It was probably like
At least
about
10 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know that long.
Well,
At least 5 years.
no, but
No, more longer.
It's been a while.
But if you really want to know, read the book.
Long, I heard it's long.
Yeah, it's over 2 hours.
The book, you can read the book. It's 2 volumes, I think. Well, I don't know. The one I had, I think, is 2 volumes.
Oh, you had the book?
I have it.
This thick.
Or is it 4? No, it's 2. 2 volumes. The one I have is 2. Yeah.
The Romance of
Yeah,
Three
you can
Kingdoms.
get that. You can.
You
Yes.
can order that on the
Yeah.
internet.
You were going to explain why he's in most restaurants.
Most of the restaurants.
Right.
So, reference that he's the lord of bookkeeping, god of the bookkeeping.
Keeping.
Yeah, bookkeeping.
His title? No.
One, yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah, god of bookkeeping.
Really?
Protect the Buddhist and god bookkeeping. So in some of the picture, you will see him holding a so holding a some kind of book.
Oh,
So he's a scroll. So he's a booking. So in some restaurants, believe that he's bring fortune. So you will see them in a lot of restaurants as well. So the fortune, the cat's thingy too. The cat is a fortune. The cat. You will see the cat with the arm, tall, money coming.
Oh, that's what the thing means? I never knew what it means. You see the
There's a
little
cat.
packet like this?
I'm going like this.
Money coming. So Kai, when you're free, you do this.
So he want to make sure it comes in. Don't say bye to this money. So come in the money. Money
bring the
comes
money,
in.
bring in the money.
That's a cat. But the statue in the restaurants, people believe that he has because of the Lord of bookkeeping and brings the fortune to the restaurant. So they have in the restaurants too.
Also his appearance, it can scare the bad way.
Right.
Evil
The
spirit.
evil spirit.
So that,
So
Well,
So-
because he represents 正气, righteousness.
righteousness. So funny thing, the cops in Hong Kong has a statue of him. The gangsters in Hong Kong have a statue of him as well. So they play for the same guy. So this is like it's like
No, because it represents loyalty.
loyalty, brotherhood, righteousness.
So
That's
even
what
though
the
you're
gangsters
gangsters,
believe in
you
loyalty.
or the
Yeah.
brothers, they're supposed to be loyal to each
Yeah,
other.
it's funny. Huh?
yeah, that's true. If you see those, especially even in Japan with all those.
Look at mafia.
Yes, yes.
Yakuza, yeah.
Yakuza.
Loyalty.
They believe in
It's
them.
most important. Yeah, very important.
The cat has to
I
go
always
with.
thought it was like, hello.
Just so you know, Guangzhou doesn't matter.
No, that's just a restaurant.
It was a little cat statue.
Statue.
That's a cat.
Not Guan Gong.
Not Guangdong, that cat.
Yeah, it's a cat statue.
But it's the same meaning.
Cat statue.
Yeah, I don't know. Why do you talk about the cat?
Sorry, because in restaurants you have usually in the restaurants have both.
No, but most businesses, retail stores, have 关公
Yes.
关老
关老
关圣帝
All
the
businesses.
statue. They always burn incense.
Right.
Yeah.
So bring the righteousness, the loyalty.
Because no, because they represent 义气. Yeah, that means you can say it's a type of忠义. That means it's like a trust. Same
Yeah,
thing trust says.
Yeah,
because in
business
you have to
transactions, you need
depend on
trust.
Trust too, that you trust, to do business with each other. That the guy won't stab me in the back, won't cheat me out of money or whatever. That's what it means, right? Yeah. Yeah. That's he represents that because in life he was very loyal.
Yes, he was.
Very loyal to Liu Bei because that's the three brotherhoods, right? 什么那个什么
Sworn brother.
Sworn word.
在什么那个
桃园
桃园
Peach garden.
That's very that's classic. That's Chinese classic. 桃园 the brotherhood of the plum garden or whatever. Peach garden.
Was it really in a peach garden?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
supposed to be. So that's
How do they do that?
they made it. They swear an oath.
Swear an oath to each other.
They do
Yeah,
blood.
probably.
They do
but,
blood.
Just like fraternities,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, just like the mafia too.
Yeah.
The Chinese triads, they do the same thing. They do the same thing. They do
Blood,
the same
blood.
thing. They like this, they cut their palm and drip blood into the bowl and everybody drinks it. Yeah.
Do they turn because of vampires?
That's
That's weird.
We don't do that anymore.
Yeah, because it's supposed to prove that we're bound. We're all the same blood. Same blood. Yeah, same blood. Yeah.
So to get you guys excited for next week, Jill is presenting
Scripture.
What? Which one?
Scripture.
the scriptures of Guan Gong.
So
So that's there'll be more.
scriptures from
Oh, there's some
Guan,
scripture.
Yeah,
Handwriting.
is that right?
Well, some of them he come.
What channel?
Sometimes he come and he's super straight. Yeah. So you can hear the stomping of the feet on the ground. Like, boom,
Shaking,
boom,
shaking.
General.
Yeah.
He's a general.
Yeah,
He's very,
it's scary. It's
he's
really
very
scary.
庄严, very solemn, very dignified. So he's a general. So
his sword,
yeah. 4 feet long blade. No,
40 pounds.
no, with a staff. The staff is probably staff and blade is probably 10 feet long. 10 feet long.
I saw it.
Yeah, right.
that means
Yeah.
10 feet nobody can come.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he rides a horse. So he used this to cut
He must
infantry,
be so
to
strong.
chop
It has to be strong.
Scary.
40 pounds. I can carry that all day long.
With one hand.
Besides the weight of the weapon, his armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, his armor.
Yeah.
Armor too.
Can protect. Can
A lot,
protect.
it's a lot of weight. So he was a pretty strong person.
So it's funny that every guardian, right, like Zhang Hui, his weapon is different. His weapon is a spear, right? It's a spear. Zhang Hui is a spear, right? No, Yue Fei is a spear. Yue Fei is a spear, 一个枪. But no, 张飞是一个 sword.
Sword.
一个刀剑. So Yue Hui, the other guardian, right? The 4 guardians. Yue Hui is. But his spear is interesting. His spear is not a regular spear. In a regular spear, where we know the regular spear, I think his spear is like curved. It's curved. Not like a
Wavy.
It's curved.
Yeah.
I mean, not curved.
Wavy.
Sorry, it's wavy. It's very interesting, like a screw. Like a
Can you
screw.
imagine being stabbed?
And then Zhang Fei is it's a sword. And then who's the other one?
Li Zhi
Oh,
is also
Li Zhi is
sword.
also
Yeah,
a sword. Li Zhi is the 八仙, right?
Yeah,
the eight.
Eight. So very interesting.
So another thing is that if you watch the movies, his character is always played by one of those most famous actors in Hong Kong. Donnie Ye,
Donnie
he
Ye.
played. Andy Lau, I think he plays
Lau.
it too.
And
So,
Lau played him?
in one
But
of
he's
the,
so tiny.
but still,
Played him in Red
he gets played by.
Yeah, he's famous Hong Kong actor, right?
Yeah, so his role gets played by
He was in the Great Wall. I saw Great Wall with Matt Damon. The Great Wall.
You saw that?
Matt Damon was in the Great Wall.
That's recent movie.
Yeah, recent. Just came out like last year.
Oh, you go after
You guys go look
movies.
at it. It's a long movie. It talks about the Great Wall.
People complain that.
It got whitewashed, right? You shouldn't have a white person there.
No, yeah, they should get like a.
No. Matt Damon plays a foreign
Yeah.
soldier in search of gunpowder. They want to.
Did they speak Chinese?
No, well, they have subtitles. Yeah, the Chinese speak Chinese. They have subtitles.
So is it more Americanized?
Oh, I don't know. It's what's his name?
The Chinese director.
What's his name? Director, that guy.
Chinese director.
Ang Lee.
No.
Who?
The guy who did the 2008 Olympics. What's his name?
Wow.
Oh, I don't know.
Zhang Yimou.
Zhang Yimou.
Zhang Yimou.
I think it's Zhang Yimou.
Do I get a point?
Yeah.
Half a point.
So you guys go look it up. It's funny.
It's a good movie.
It's okay.
They're fighting monsters.
I'm gonna watch it. The Wall.
It's
you
not
saw it.
realistic.
I haven't
Ray
seen
saw it
that.
too. So I said, hey,
Fighting monsters.
All three watched it
haven't watched it.
together.
No, he saw it. He gets out of it.
I know.
Oh.
Ray saw it?
Yeah. I said, hey Ray, you want to see? I
He's
have
a
the disc.
device.
Yeah. Who cares? Who cares?
Oh,
He has a lot of free time. He has free time, I guess. I don't know.
You can watch and
Doing
let go.
research. Doing research.
Yeah.
I'm doing research on the Great Wall.
I guess if they can do it, we can do it.
Yeah, I just say blame the device.
No, it has some history. It's history.
Right. So a lot of the movies I saw, it's like they twist the story a lot
yeah.
to make it more exciting.
Yeah.
It's like I said, this is not
They
real.
embellish it.
Yeah.
They all embellish it.
They exaggerate some of the
Yeah.
points. you
Yeah,
know.
just like
Yeah,
Cool. They have there's so many versions of it.
Oh, the Journey West? Yeah, Journey West.
I saw like
yeah.
at least 3 different kinds.
This is an American one.
different versions.
Journey
Oh,
to
there's
the
so many
West.
versions. Yeah.
That's
Like within like 2 years.
Yeah, Journey to the West. Yeah, it's an American movie, Journey to the West. It's good.
Okay.
Find it on
Any more questions?
So he was never married, right?
He was married. He has
He was?
I thought he was married, yeah. Early. Before he
Does he have children?
he
Do
followed
they have
Liu Bei,
children?
yeah.
two sons. He had two sons and one daughter. One of the son got ambushed at the same time he was
Got
ambushed.
killed,
Got killed.
Oh.
So he has a granddaughter, and generations probably carry on somewhere.
Oh,
So
so
what was
they're
his-
probably still
I have a
existing.
question. What was his occupation before he became a general?
He was
They say he was a butcher.
Wasn't he a, no, wasn't
Oh,
he
Zhang
a,
Fei was a butcher.
Yeah,
wasn't he
Zhang
a
Fei
book,
was a butcher.
book,
So that's like
a
he's
book
hazer.
whatever?
That's a
In
hazer.
charge
Isn't
of
it?
the books.
Zhang Fei's the hazer.
No, bookkeeping.
Hazer.
He said he was a book.
Yeah, Liu Mao. So that's what
God of bookkeeping.
Yeah, god of
Protect the
bookkeeping.
Buddhist and
He
God.
was the god of bookkeeping.
Oh yeah, that's right. Zhang Fei was.
But, you know, in the old days, the books
His
were
last name is
scrolls.
Guan. I wonder if they're a relationship.
Guan, yeah.
Not
Say what? Say
physical.
what?
Phoebe's last name is Guan.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Who?
Phoebe.
Anyone
My
who
mom
has
is
that
Guan.
Guan.
That's a big now.
My mom's last name is Guan.
He's not the only Guan.
No, it's a lot of fun.
Guan.
A lot of fun.
500 years ago.
Yeah.
There's still
You could have today. We have DNA testing. If you somehow we can connect the DNA back to. You can.
Yeah,
Trace
it
back.
traces you back to who you are related to.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we're related to some Buddha.
Right.
Yes.
So if you're able to get his blood or any part of his DNA and trace back, you say, oh yeah, he's a great,
Maybe
great,
you
great,
can
great,
find
great,
it
great.
on the sword that's in the museum.
Same last name 500 years ago.
Yes.
It's almost 900 plus years
Yeah.
since that
2000.
time, since
Okay.
Sanbo.